Good morning. Uh, I'm Alexa, and I'm coming to you in the middle of a hike. And I tried to find a spot that was good, but it's blowing hard, and I don't have my sunglasses on, so I have my hat on, so you don't get to see my eyes much at all. But I found a really good spot where the wind wasn't blowing because this morning it was blowing very hard when I got in the car. It was like ripping my door open. But while I was waiting for the sun to come up a little bit, so I can start my hike, I had a download happen. Lots of thoughts that were coming to my mind, and they were random, so I wrote them down. So you're going to hear paper here because it just was coming, and it was just coming, and I needed to write it down because I didn't want to forget anything that I was getting. Um, I wanted to share a little bit about me and my business, Baby Steps to You. Now, 5 years ago, I would have never dreamed in a million years that I would have lost 180 pounds for one, and crave exercise, fitness, and then the third one, that I would actually find my passion and my calling in health and nutrition. I just, it, you know, all of those things has happened. And I found that I am very passionate about all of those for myself, for my daughter, even though she's a little resistant. So that's a work in progress. But I have lost 188 pounds with healthier eating, cleaner eating. I do exercise. I find that I get tense and stressed out if I don't get the exercise in that I want to get in. And some people have told me that there is a thing as overdoing it, over exercising. However, I need to just accept it and take it as it is. If I want to exercise, I need to exercise. We all have those moments that we don't want to, so it can kind of make up for it. And it's kind of funny because my sister reminded me the other day, she had made a comment on a post I made on something, probably a hike. And she says, "Do you remember when you were a teenager?" She goes, "You hated being sweaty, so you avoided it at all costs." She goes, "No exercise, gym, forget it." I failed that. I failed that all the time because I just didn't want to do it. There was a few instances where I did, but for the most part, yeah, totally. And I start to laugh because she was the total athlete in the family, and for the most part, she still is. But now she has a lot of responsibilities, and that gets in the way as well, at times. But now I'm the crazy one, crazy over fitness. But so I did find this passion in my own journey, and so much so that I took it upon myself to get more education and certification in this so that I can help others. And I just finished my program, and I actually have a month break before I go into my second program, which is simply getting certified nationwide in holistic nutrition, but focusing on fitness nutrition. Hello, because that's where it's at for me, but it's for everybody. So as I shuffle through the paper here real quick, because I want to get my key points here. But seriously, I do want to help those who are ready to show up for themselves, but possibly just need help and guidance. There's a lot of there's a lot of information out there, and it's hard to decipher what is good information, what's bad. And me, I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. I'm going to be the loudest cheerleader for you because I love this stuff. And it's amazing because, and I'll go into fad diets in a second, but there's something to be said. Yes, losing weight and the pounds, and when you see the pounds go down on the scale, that's a powerful tool. But that's not it. Sure, you start losing, weight and sizes, and your clothes, don't fit. You have to buy new clothes, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a powerful tool too. It's fantastic. But where it's at least for me, is yes, those are important. But when you are eating to where the food that you're eating is more medicine than poison, and your body starts to respond and starts feeling better, it's not just your body that feels better. I mean, the energy that comes from eating healthier and better, start to lose weight, you start to feel energy, you start moving around more. It's not just that. I mean, your body starts you actually start feeling better physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I mean, it is a very well-rounded feeling when you are showing up and taking care of your body. I'm not taking away that all those processed foods taste good. Look at me. I'm a prime example of, yes, I understand that everything tastes amazing, but it's euphoric for a moment. And then what happens afterwards? How do you feel afterwards? I can't answer that for you, but I know that after I ate things that were just so yummylicious, I felt like crap. And then I also went through the guilt of eating something I knew was not going to benefit me in the least. The only thing it did was a moment of euphoria. Kind of like, taking a couple drinks of something. Or for some people, maybe that's drugs. I don't know. But it's a very short period of euphoria, and then you fall back on, then things come back into reality and you feel bad. So back to the fad diet. So there are a lot of fad diets out there. And unfortunately, one, they usually restrict out certain food groups. Now, I'm here to tell you, well, I'll tell you in a moment, but that certainly is not the way it works. But these fad diets are Band-Aids. You have to show up to do the work. It's usually, not something that you do and it just magically falls off of you. You actually have to show up and do some of the work. So you're actually going to lose some weight because you're changing up what you're doing. But it's a Band-Aid, and you get tired of it, and then you're back to square one. And for me, I don't know about you, but for me, when I did these fad diets, I would lose a lot of weight, and then I would gain it, and then I would gain some more back. So that's, where I want to come in, because the body, the body's like a symphony. There's all these, it's complicated, and there's all these magical things taking place that maybe we're not even aware of. There's so many things happening at the same time. And our bodies require all these different, vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients. There's all kinds of stuff that our body requires, because the processes that are going on in there require these nutrients, and the processed foods that we are eating don't have that in them, or they get some of the items get completely stripped, completely processed, and then the government says, no, you got to put some of that stuff back in. Okay, well, how is it that that's cost effective? I'm not sure how, when organic food is, and healthy food is expensive. So that kind of boggles my mind. But we know that when all of these things are working correctly, that we hear the harmony, we feel the harmony, we feel the music is beautiful. Our bodies feel great when we're doing what we need to do to make them feel great. As I try to drop my phone. So my mission is that I want to help anybody out there that wants to know better nutrition, that wants to feel better. You can be, in appearance, look the part, like you're, completely fit and skinny and, whatever that picture is of perfect health, yet it might not necessarily be true. Because what foods you're eating, it's not supporting the life that's going on inside your body. Okay? So I want to help anybody out there. But I also am especially passionate, of course, to those that suffer the battle of bulge. I'm so sorry for the jerking of the phone. Because I am a living testament that you can do it. And I want that for everybody. It's not limited to just adults, because we know that in the United States, it is a growing massive epidemic that the children are now affected by this. And, you know, they are heavier than ever before. They are, you know, predisposed to, you know, diabetes because of the food that they're ingesting. Probably, if they haven't already, have hypertension. I mean, there's all these things. And I know we don't want our children experiencing that. We want the best for our children. So I want to help them as well. But it all goes back to the parent. I want to help you so that you show up and you are an example to your child, and then your child sees this and you are able to start making little tiny changes, or maybe you even get them in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many children I come across that love helping in the kitchen, and then they're all excited because they want to try the food that they actually prepared and made. They're super excited about that. That's what's so beautiful about kids, you know. Oh my gosh, you know, so I want to help. So, you know, if you find that you're ready to show up for yourself, at least for yourself from the beginning, I want to show you through a series of baby steps, because it does not need to be overwhelming. We can make little changes at a time. And as soon as we master that change, we can add another one. And before you know it, these little tiny baby steps show up as leaps and bounds. It's amazing, and it boggles the mind. And then you're proud, you're happy. You just can't even believe that you've done what you've done. It's a great accomplishment. And then you get thirsty for more, you know. So check the link out below and give me a call, and let's set up a time so that I can help you be the best that you can be the healthiest that you can be. So as I wrap this up, I just want to show you where I'm at the moment. I'm not even sure if this is going to let me do this, so I'm going to stand up and kind of go around. As you can see behind me, I'm just kind of in a little bit of a cove, and it is just spectacular here. I'm going to get up off this rock and kind of spin around because my phone didn't want to let me reverse the camera. So I'm just going to do a full-on circle here because it's so beautiful here, and it's so quiet. So much different than that concrete jungle. But anyway, I wish you all a really wonderful day, and I hope to hear from you.